So my brother Dr. Diego asked me to go ahead and record some of my gameplay. I'm now Gen 5. It's taken a little while, took a little bit of break there at the beginning of June while I was traveling. Came back and did a little bit of practicing, got a little bit better. I wouldn't say I'm pro by any means, but and for some reason right now in campaign it seems there's a lot of really low level players. You'll see here in my second game there's a Gen 10 that hops in, but for the most part everybody's Gen 1. Yeah, and see there's one, I think that was Gen 2 there as well. So it's not really totally fair. I kind of want to get some recordings playing against some other Gen 4, Gen 5 plus. I usually can do that when I'm playing with my team, with BSB, but that's not the case today. Nobody was on. They had CTF practice earlier in the day and I missed that, so I just got on and played a bit myself, but it's too late for them on the East Coast. So anyway, hardpoint. I generally don't focus too much on hardpoint. I tend to act like I'm playing attrition because I'm going for challenges. But right about now, I'm actually just looking at getting level 50 on Gen 5 and not really leveling up anymore. You know, maybe I'll get bored and decide to level up again in the future. That generally happens. But I'm pretty happy with Gen 5. I find that people don't leave the lobbies as quickly if you're Gen 5. If you're Gen 10, people drop out if there's a bunch of low levels on the other side. So anyway, here I am just going after C, and wasn't really much competition. I think some guy hops in right here and I can't remember. I think I ended up dying here, which was just me totally missing stuff. And I do that a little bit here in the first and second game. There are just some spots where I'm a little embarrassed to show off, but I do pretty well in the game overall. On this particular build I'm running with Stimpak, and see, I've got Stimpak going so I can get my run on. In this case I didn't want to stick around and try to duel it with a long distance weapon, so I came in running in short distance. This guy drops right in front of me, I take him, and then I realize there's a guy right here. Oh no! I get him just in time. He's too busy going after my teammate. So I think I try to spend most of my time in the Titan in this because I really enjoy being in my Strider and trying to grab. My goal is to like grab people out of their Titans and crush them. So anyway, I'm running Stimpak. Obviously, I'm running the shotgun in this scenario. With my Titan, I'm running 40mm with smoke. Smoke's good most of the time, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to go back to trying the Vortex Shield. Especially for stuff like that, where you've got a pilot who is just locking on. And in this particular little battle I have here with this pilot, I feel like I wasted so much time just trying to get him, and he's jumping all around, and he does more damage to me than he should have been able to. I remember this part, I'm just like, oh, well, he's somewhere in here, but I'm not getting any hits, so I don't know where he is. I'm looking for him, and then I get like a pilot lock here in a second. I'm like, oh, there he is. Like, oh, there he is. Should have zoomed in here or popped smoke so you can get the lock on, because he's getting the lock now. Yep, I kind of dodged it, but he gets it back here. I just know that he kind of takes me down a little bit more than he should have been allowed to. Yep, see right there. That's pretty hardcore. I can't remember what that is. Archer, I think is what it's called, or something like that. And then that was just a luck shot. I was just firing into the smoke where I thought he would be, and I apparently hit him. So yeah, here, taking out my hard point again. So anyway, I know this is kind of cheap for me to be running shotgun here. Most players get pretty upset when running shotgun close up. I know a lot of people would prefer you run the carbine or something like that, but I thought, yeah, you know, for hardpoint this is fine, and I generally like running shotgun because I get the most kills with the shotgun, but I do want to kind of branch out a little bit. I did some sniper rifles before, and most people kind of tease about that because, well, the Kraber is a pretty cool one shot sniper rifle. It's often very difficult to get the shot because you have not only the reload time, but you also have kind of a delay between the time that you fire and the time it actually gets. So in this case, I'm just zooming around, just dashing around, and trying to take folks out by dodging their shots and then hitting them hard with this. Yeah, I just popped smoke there to try to avoid a pilot that had a lock on me, and obviously did a little bit more damage. So anyway, I love my striders. I love being able to dash as much. But I'm also going to kind of branch out a little bit and start playing with some of the other chassis. But in this particular one, I find that I tend to be able to take out, 2 to 3 Titans before I finally get killed, unless somebody's like really elite with their pilot. I've had some scenarios where pilots take me out. So I got Mr. Pooters with me. I guess he just joined the game with us. But Pooters is actually pretty good. He's a Gen 10 guy. He popped in here, and in the next 2 games he beats me out on score. And this one I top it off, but it's, so I'm going against a Gen 2 and a bunch of Gen 1, so it's not something to be super proud of, but I do remember when I first started playing Titanfall, I was kind of hoping for like Modern Warfare level kills where you can get into your 20s and 30s, and that's good. And if you do a really good game, you can get into the 60s. In this game, if you do really, really, really well, you might be able to get into the 20s. Maybe there's a few pros out there who might be able to do better, but I know like TBNR Frags is one of my favorite videos to watch. Him and his whole group of friends, Kenworth and Choco the Chocobo. But they don't play much Titanfall anymore, but I love watching them in Modern Warfare. But I know I watched Preston, TBNR Frags. I've watched him play Titanfall a few times in the very beginning when he was just genning up, I think, to Gen 3 or something like that. He did really, really well. Unlike that, where I was jumping into a dying Titan and trying to run away, that was not a good deal. But yeah, so I've enjoyed watching him do his stuff, and so there's obviously some value just to being good at first-person shooters in general. He's just got those reflex habits, and he's also got some good equipment. So yeah, I think in these games I actually level up quite a bit in these 3 games. I can't remember if it's this game or the next game I level up 2 levels, and then anyway, I've been doing a lot better with this gen than I have on previous gens, just leveling up so much faster. I did get a new graphics card. I got the MSI 760 overclock, which is a pretty decent graphics card, and especially for the price, it was definitely a great deal. In the future, when I've got a bit more money, hopefully go get a 780. But right now I'm playing on high graphics and recording at the same time, and it seems to be doing pretty well. My recording quality is a little bit lower. I'm not recording high def, but as you can see, it's definitely good enough for what we're trying to do. So I just come back here to the back part because, in this case, I saw a guy running away. Just not sure why I was shooting in the air. I should have been shooting the ground where he was going to land. But I'm always watching for guys from this angle here. This is where Titans always get me when I'm going after B. So I gotta be super careful. In this case, you can stand back here behind this little box. You got a little bit of cover, and as long as you're watching your left flank, bouncing back and forth. I also have, I think, my field of view is 90, so I can see a little bit more, which I noticed like some of the better players like TBNR Frags were doing, setting their field of view to be a lot higher, and I find it helps quite a bit. Yeah, so there's my cluster missile. I love my cluster missile. Boom. I punch him, and there's no pilot in there, obviously, because you can tell from in advance, but I still like to punch him out. Yeah, so I saw a bunch of other pros running with higher field of views, and It does make your aiming mechanism a little bit smaller towards the middle of the screen, but it does wonders for responsiveness, being able to see what's going on around you. Yeah, in this case, there's a guy on top of the building I'm trying to chase after him. I saw his little dot. Ah, there he is. And I go and drop my cluster missile because I love that thing. And then I'm getting owned by pilots from behind. Oh no, that's a Titan behind me. Yeah, I think I still take this guy out. He had a huge head start on me. Come on, get him, and no, he gets out just in time. And in that case, I didn't even try going after their evacuation ship. I was just trying to clear out that last Titan. I'm not sure why. Not like I'm trying to get any challenges there. So this is the final score. I did pretty well. Pooters didn't spend much time in the game, but on the next one you'll see he does really well. Yeah, I just kind of speed all this stuff up here. This lots of time these are the parts that take forever. So on my cards, I'm just trying to get rid of all my non-rare cards. So I'm just going to use them up every round because I'm not earning as many cards as I used to. But I got to try to keep it as empty as possible. But I'm going to have to start going into my rare cards here pretty quickly because I've got pretty much a full deck, and almost all of them are rare. Actually, all of them that are in my deck right now are rare. So the next few rounds that I go in and start filling it out, I'm not going to have room for any new cards. So as you can tell, I sped this up quite a bit because this is usually a long process just waiting for the game to start, especially when folks drop out and pick back up on the opposing team. So again, this is campaign mode. I just really like playing campaign mode because you get to jump back and forth between attrition and hardpoint, and I like to kind of play both. I also like playing Variety Pack, but I usually play Variety Pack with my BSB team. And so we get everything from Last Titan Standing to Pilot Hunter to CTF. I know we're all kind of training for CTF. I don't know if I'm going to get into the tournament side with them. I'll practice with them, and if the scheduling works out, I might get into some of the tournaments, but just too much going on in my life. I can't take the time out to go do tournaments as well. So on this level, I think in the beginning I don't do great, and then I start doing much better, especially once I get into my Titan. And then there's one point where I'm just really embarrassed because I like take 6 shots on a guy before I finally kill him. Yeah, that tower there. If I've got my carbine, I usually go up onto the tower, and I do okay. And this guy then kills me. Weapons here. Oh no, he doesn't. I kick him in the face. For some reason I thought when I climbed up on that building that he killed me, but he did not. Which he should have. Oh yeah, that's another reason I love Stim. People start taking shots at you, you just disappear around the corner. So in this case, I'm looking for the guy that was shooting at me, coming back around. There's somebody. This is the guy I'm embarrassed. I should have gotten him. I'm just like, fine, just get up in his face and shoot him. He must have thrown the satchel or something there and blew it up. So someone's trying to hit me now, and I'm just trying to get back to my Titan so I can get underneath that shield so he doesn't kill me. Alright, let the games begin. They actually have a couple pilots here who do pretty well with kind of messing with my Titan. And I think they're using Sidewinder. Whatever it is just owning my shield. And we're in attrition right now, so I'm just trying to run over whatever I can, shoot whatever I can. And we got a bunch of guys here, and so just trying to pick up those points. Oh yeah, Mr. Titan. And then I shoot my cluster missile right past him. That was smart. And pop the smoke. See if we can kill him before he does too much damage. Yep. Awesome. Oh, I think he got away. Oh yeah, those art grenades. Those things are dangerous. Okay, so that guy actually locked on to me. And that kind of followed me around that container. I was hoping to kind of get away from that before you got a hit on me. Yeah, there you go, dropping a cluster missile on people instead of dropping it on that Titan. But I've got my little nuclear. My nuclear. I think this is where I start seeing people and following them around. I don't think I saw that wasn't a pilot assist there, otherwise I would have stopped chasing after the guy, but alas. So at this point I gotta be a little bit careful because there's the Titan inside the building I'm in, but if one of those enemy Titans sees me up on the roofs, I'm an easy target, so just stim around until I find some more people to shoot. Yeah, this is a dangerous map. I usually try to stay off the roofs, but in this case I didn't feel too threatened.
Sir, I've intercepted an enemy transmission. Voice only. Playing it now.
Couldn't even find the guy. He must have ejected, or maybe he didn't. I don't know, I just couldn't see him. But yeah, this map is really dangerous to be sitting up on the roofs. It's also really dangerous to be running around on the roads. You kind of have to just know your routes and kind of do a combination through the buildings and maybe a little bit on the roof, but mostly through the buildings. Alright,
Your replacement Titan is ready for launch. Signal when ready.
I think at this point I'm just like, I don't want to go chasing after some Titans. Let's go see if we can find some more pilots. And I see a guy over here, but pretty sure that Titan got him. No, look, there's a Titan right there. Why don't we go ahead and drop my Titan right next to him? Maybe he'll never notice me dropping right next to him. And sure enough, not even paying attention. So I dropped the cluster missile right on him, let that do most of the damage. And I went to go grab him, and I was willing to take a little bit of cluster damage. And here's that pilot I was talking about that kind of shows up on the side of the building and keeps harassing me. Look, where did he go? Where did he go? So forget about him. Let's go and see if we can just... First we'll take out this Titan. There we go. That's enough. And let's go walk over a couple of these grunts and specters and stuff. This one, I think we just sit here and we're waiting for the Titan to auto-raise. But I think the guy... I can't remember if the guy actually makes it to his Titan or not. Either way, we're watching around, trying to see if anybody's coming along. And there's a guy right behind us trying to own us. Oh, that was actually a grunt. Didn't even realize that. Most of the time I think I get a little cocky when it comes to grunts. I accidentally popped that. That was kind of retarded, but in this case I'm taking the guy head on, trying to go after the critical hits on him. There we go, got a nice critical hit. No pilot, so we just tear him apart. Good stuff, but I'll take it. Although I do prefer crushing Titan and crushing pilots. Yeah, I'm looking at my score. I'm like, Pooter's still higher level than me. Let me go kill some more grunts. See if we can't pick up a little bit more score. And there's that silly pilot trying to escape from me. He's over there somewhere. Now I'm thinking he's probably long gone down this track. And then I'm like, oh, there he is. He's coming right over here. There he goes. And I waste all those rounds on a grunt that I didn't even get. So I know there's a pilot over here. There we go. Well assisted. Well, I got 125 points on that assist. I'm wondering what that was for. Because that was with the cluster missile, so I wonder if that... or cluster rocket, or whatever it's called. Oh, there's a Titan over here. I drop my cluster rocket, and someone locks onto me and does some serious damage. But I'm not going to take it. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can get up on this guy, grab him out. Oh, I love that.
The battle's almost over. Well done.
Yeah, I'm just not having great mouse control in this game. I sometimes have to go back to Black Ops 2 and play on the what is it, the custom game where you control the bots. And I set up 6 bots versus me and put them on the higher difficulty level. And by doing that, I get a lot of practice just with mouse control. And then I come back and play Titanfall, and I've got like amazing mouse control. But this is not the scenario right now. As you can see, I'm shooting trees. I'm like, I'm gonna get him, and I'm like, oh no, he's gonna nuke explode. Dash away quickly. And then this pilot, I just decided, screw it. He's almost got me, but I really don't care because I'm going after him before he can escape.
Spyglass, open a channel. Yes, sir.
Look at that, I'm pretty much dead except for my shields.
You should have stayed gone, McCallum. Great.
But we got 2 more pilot kills. Obviously those don't count towards the score because it's after the epilogue started. 3rd kill. So yeah, so we're not getting... And this is, I love this when it's nice and low. I just pop smoke under it and takes a nice ton of damage there. And I pop my rocket, and I barely miss it. But yeah, so I got 4 kills after the epilogue, 4 pilot kills. But obviously they don't count towards the attrition; they just count towards challenges. So technically I had 15 kills, but I don't know how many pooters had after the epilogue either. So anyway, we go back to speed up here. I'm level 34 now, just trying to get to my 50. Yeah, still not quite fair when you got a Gen 5 and a Gen 10 versus a Gen 2 and a bunch of Gen 1s. Even if it was just the 2 of us versus all of them, it still wouldn't be fair. But at least in this case, we have, you know, other players, other pilots to distract the other team, so we can at least go snipe them. But yeah, Pooter pretty much owns on this one as well. I do like playing attrition, and if you just go straight attrition, you do get more higher gen people instead of playing campaign. But when you do that, you also there seems to be fewer players, so it takes longer for the games to start. And in this case with campaign, games are just queuing up all the time. Especially right now, I think they're doing like free week or free weekend or something. So there's a bunch of brand new players who just started because of either the free weekend or whatever the case may be. But anyway, there just seems to be a whole lot of brand new players that just came on this last weekend, and they're all trying to play campaign so they can get their different chassis on the Titans. Because you gotta play campaign. You gotta finish campaign on the IMC side, I think. Can't remember if that's to get the Strider or the Ogre. I think that's to get Strider. Everybody starts with Atlas. You gotta win IMC, I think it is for Strider, and then you have to win the Militia to get Ogre, or it might be vice versa. Either way, you have to win finish both campaigns. Whether you actually win the campaigns, you just have to finish both campaigns to get both of the chassis. So a lot of people right now are trying to get their either Strider or Ogre chassis. Which is fair enough, because I love my Strider chassis. So here I see there's 2 guys. There's one guy running down below, and there's one guy up top, and I'm not sure where he is. But I start taking some hits. Where is this guy? He's here. Got my stim back though, so I can run hard if I need. I'm just wondering if maybe he went downstairs, and sure enough, boom, there he is. And the same guy just killed. He's probably not too happy. So I am kind of a pilot hunter in attrition, although I see like people get like the really high scores just have tons and tons of grunt kills and stuff. So this is me kind of coming into their area, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kick him, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna reload, and then I'm gonna kick him again. Boom, kick that guy, and then he kicks me. That's cool. Yeah, I'm never sure. In this case, I just decided to choose that Titan card because I was calling in my Titan, and that's the core ability is pre-charged, and then I don't think I even use it. I actually die before I actually use it. In this case, I'm just trying to step on guys, which sometimes sucks because then I feel like I just wasted a card. Right now I should really be turning on dash core if I want to make good use of it. Oh yeah, that's a good way to start my Titan kills. Although I'm getting attacked from two sides from pilots there, and one's following me. And now I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get owned if I don't let my shields catch up. So this is always a dangerous spot to get into, to take on one Titan while another Titan drops right in front of you. That shield was very useful. And hopefully he gets close enough so that I can nuke him. And this is where I'm just like, fine, I'm gonna get you this way. Wait, where did you go? And I got him. That's always nice to use your Titan weapon as a pilot. Oh no. So lots of times I like to sit up here and just hang and wait for somebody, but I notice nobody's coming. I didn't see the guy behind. Oh, you know that's a Titan behind me. But I saw the two pilots in front of me. I think in that case I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go take these pilots out. And then I get owned. Because my aim is off, of course. Oh! I just fragged myself. That was smart. So I'm marked. So that means someone just needs a shot on me and I'm pretty much a goner. Now just jumping into everybody there and getting very frustrated. So now I'm just like, get that Titan down here. Let's go own some folks again. I love that cluster missile. Cluster rockets or whatever. Man, I am just missing it left and right here. And then of course I go running right into my cluster rocket trying to get that one punch, but then it's like, oh well, I'm gonna kill myself with my cluster rocket. Yeah, in that case I saw that pilot jump into the smoke and I didn't know what was going on, so I was just like, fine, I'm just gonna punch through the smoke because I don't know if there's a pilot there. That one was pretty much me seeing one pilot and getting lucky and getting the second pilot. Yeah, I pretty much get owned here by pilots, which is very frustrating. So you just gotta pop smoke and run. And hope you can still take down the Titan that's right there. See the pilot there and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get you, pilot. But alas, I'm just getting ownaged here. And then I jump out. And I want the nuke to take off. I gotta be so careful here. This enemy Titan, I keep almost running right into his legs. Sometimes you just gotta stop and scope it out. In this case, I got the souped up mag rifle, which I love this gun. This is always fun, you just kinda can lob it over sometimes. I'm throwing my arc grenades at the same time to try to take down their shields a bit, but I actually kinda missed that guy. But he's got a much more appropriate gun. He's got the chain gun there. So now I gotta kind of jump around, but no, I get zapped. I think that was plasma rifle, or the railgun. That's the railgun. But hey, it's time for another Titan. And hey, there happens to be an enemy Titan right there, walking right by me. No. Stinking pilot. Although that's pretty much exactly what I do. Here, I think there's a pilot that pops up and hits me a couple times from the side. But that's pretty much exactly what I do. I just pull out my Sidewinder rifle or my mag gun, whatever, and just launch a bunch of them. Oh no! I should not have died there, but that's cool. And nobody else died. Except for this guy. Shoot. And now he's dead. But I always hope to kill somebody with the nuke. Or at least do some serious damage, like on the last one where I was able to take the enemy Titan down pretty well, and then with my Sidewinder was able to finish him off.
Well done. Secured the area. The cannon escaped, but we should be able to find out what they were trying to pull from the core of the Odyssey.
I think by this point I'm just like, I need more kills so I can speed up getting my Titan.
McAllen's got the plans for Demeter. If the militia didn't trust him before, they will now. And if they're following the playbook, what they need next is in Angel City. I will alert all informants in Angel City to be on the lookout. What is he after? It's not a what, it's a who.
Now I drop my Titan. Get it before those guys killed me as a pilot. And then I come over here and I'm like, I'm gonna get the ship, and it's gone. So that tells me that pretty much everybody else is dead. Except for maybe the one or two guys that got on the ship. Either that or everybody got on the ship just in time. Did it even tell us? Okay, we did have 3 evacuees. So 3 guys all got in the ship right at the right time. It takes off as soon as all the living pilots are on. Anyway, that's me playing Titanfall.